how you can create exponential awareness. This is the most important part. I hope by now I've convinced you that, yeah, cold calling doesn't work like it used to. Remember that statistic. I'm going to pound it into your head. 18 dials to reach one prospect. And your answer can't be, well, I'm just going to go make more phone calls. No, you have to do other things. You have to be more efficient with your time. So how can you create exponential awareness? Well, there's 3 steps that you have to take to do this well. I want you to grab a pen, grab a piece of paper. Maybe you're typing on your keyboard. This is important. This could change your business forever if you follow these 3 steps. Step 1 of creating exponential awareness is knowing exactly who you're talking to. In the world of marketing, they call it your avatar. Do you know who your ideal prospect is? If you're just throwing one message out after another and you're spraying everything and anything, hoping something sticks on the right prospect without knowing who the right prospect is, you're not going to be able to build a strong business from here on out. It's going to be very difficult. You have to know exactly who you're talking to. And when you don't know who you're talking to, you end up talking to a lot of unqualified prospects. Those are the ones that you have that meeting with, that you walk out from frustrated because you're like, oh, they don't get it. Yeah, that's an unqualified prospect. That actually wasn't their fault. That was yours because you were not clear who your ideal prospect is. So step 1 in building exponential awareness is, who is your ideal prospect? Now, there's 2 ways to qualify an ideal prospect. Number 1, there's the old-fashioned demographics, which you and I were taught. Demographics is, what industry are they in? How big is the business they're a part of? How many employees do they have? What's their annual revenue? Are they a CFO? Are they an HR director? Are they a president? Those are all demographics. But part 2 of that equation to identifying your ideal prospect is the most important. That is the psychographics. What does your ideal prospect stand for? What do they believe? How do they make decisions? Who are they as a human? That is the most important step when it comes to identifying your ideal prospect. Because if you can figure out who your ideal fit is psychographically, you're going to constantly be talking to the right people if you are including that psychographic alignment in your message. Step 2, what are you saying to them? So not only who are you talking to, step 2 in building exponential awareness is, what are you saying to them? Again, if you're spraying anything, hoping something lands, that's not going to work. Let's just stop right there. But now that you know who your ideal fit is, you have to develop a message that is geared for them. What are their problems? What are their goals? What are they trying to achieve? How can you bridge the gap from where they are today to where they want to be? If you've been part of any of my courses, you know we walk through the story brand script. As a certified story brand guide, we have the ability to walk you through the story brand framework, which is very simple. Every character in every story has a goal, but they have a problem keeping them from achieving the goal. And there's a deeper internal problem that's really, really impacting them, emotionally, their doubts, their uncertainty. And when they have that uncertainty that they can actually solve their problem and achieve their goal, that's when they come looking for you, because you have a plan, you have a solution that's going to help them have success and avoid failure. That's storytelling, thousands of years old. So what are you saying to them? How are you using that story framework to talk to your ideal prospect? Now, step 3, and this is the most important part. This is where the exponential awareness comes in. Now that you know who you're talking to, you know what you're saying to them, and both of those are dialed in. You need to figure out how you're going to get that message out far, fast, and wide. Now, truth be told, if you took that message you just created and just applied it to your cold calling, you're going to become more effective with your cold calling. It does not eliminate the time commitment it takes today to make dials, but you're going to be better with your script. But remember, your most valuable asset is your time. So you need to create a lot of awareness in less time. So how can you take this message and apply it to exponentially create awareness for you and your business? Number one, you have to use social media. And if you're in the business to business space, LinkedIn is where you need to be. Now, if you want to go and play on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, fine. But if there's one platform you need to be on, it is LinkedIn. Think about this. If you post content consistently, talking to your prospects, every one of your posts could get hundreds, if not thousands of impressions or views. That is exponential awareness. And if you're telling me that your prospects are not on LinkedIn, I am going to call bullshit. They are. That's your bias you're bringing to your prospecting. They're there. You're just not. So number one, you got to be on social media. Number two, you have to have a good email drip campaign strategy. And it's not a campaign that is derived on selling product and pitching product one email after another. No, you have to bring a ton of value, give value to your prospects through an email drip campaign. Why? Because if your email list has 100 prospects, 300, 500, 1,000 prospects, that is creating exponential awareness. You are putting one message in front of hundreds of people at one time. How about public speaking? Public speaking changed my career. It's what allowed me to build a business I had as an advisor and what the business I have today as owner of Complete Game Consulting. Why? Because when you're speaking publicly, you are in a room, you could have 10 people, 50, 100, 500, but you're getting one message in front of many people at one time. This is about time efficiency. I hope you've learned that by now. And if you use public speaking, what takes the exponential awareness to a whole new level is when you're on stage, you're the expert. You've got all the credibility in the world. How about webinars? It's a great way to get one message in front of many people at one time. You see, when we look at our strategy at Complete Game Consulting, and it's the same strategy we teach our clients, our weeks are focused on our webinars, our email newsletter, our social media content, and trying to land more public speaking engagements. Because if I can spend a half hour on a webinar talking to 40 or 50 people at one time, good use of my time. If I can take an hour to write our weekly newsletter, hit send, and it goes to 700 people, good use of my time. If we can post content every single day on LinkedIn that hits thousands of people, good use of my time. And if I can take the stage for an hour keynote and talk to 50, 100 to 250 people, good use of my time. So this is how you need to use exponential awareness to grow your business in 2023. So I hope today's episode was extremely helpful and extremely tactical. Because it's one thing to motivate you, but it's another thing to give you the step-by-step game plan to help you go create exponential awareness. So I hoped by the end of this podcast here, I have convinced you that you can't just rely on cold calling anymore. Remember, 18 dials to reach one prospect. I hope you understand why exponential awareness is a must today, and now you know how to create it. Know exactly who you're talking to, know exactly what you're saying to them, and then go share it on social media, on public speaking stages, in email campaigns, on webinars, you name it, podcasts. When you get your message out far, fast, and wide, and you use your time efficiently, you're going to get more prospects to know you quicker. You're going to create brand recognition. You're going to have an amazing online presence. You're going to be everywhere, which means you are going to be the perceived expert with all the credibility. It's changed my business. I know it can do the same for you. So you know what happens when you get clear on your game plan, which I hope today we did, and you mix it with confidence, you do amazing things. Go do amazing things today and have an amazing weekend.